Welcome to the You Heard podcast, your go-to for Miami Hurricanes football. Ben, Joe, Hulk, and CB break down recruiting, hot topics, and game day action.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end.
No, let's talk about this right now because you completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying, like,
what are we talking about, son?
Get into the topic. I felt
Keep it in a buck.
Let me close these curtains real quick.
You heard. Yes, sir. You see it. Hey, man, my guy's gonna be here in a minute. Me handling some stuff. We actually got a guest popping on, a very special guest in about 10 minutes. Wanted to jump on. So from now on, we're actually going to be starting right on time. So the countdown will be prior to the time schedule. So it's always going to be 5 minutes before. We want to start being better about being on time and things like that. How y'all doing, man? Got 25 people in the chat. Appreciate you. Let's see what we got going on here. CB in the chat. Probably working late as always. That dude be working. But, hey, it's a bill-paying service, man. That's all work has to be. Anthony Manzano says, did you see the top quarterback and the top player of 2027? Recently did an interview saying he has a great connection with Shannon Dawson and Lance Guidry because they have been recruiting him. That's pretty crazy that both coordinators are recruiting him. So that means they're going big time. Yeah, look, you gotta work on quarterbacks early, man. You can't wait. You get one a year. That's the standard. We've had years that we didn't have quarterbacks, which put us in the situation it is. You always got to stack. You got to stack classes. You know, you get the red shirt. You get to have depth. Obviously, with the transfer portal and everything else, it's a little bit different, but you got to do it because you already got 26, right, with Darian Coleman. Next is 27. It's so crazy. Dude, that's 3 years from now. Like, the season hasn't kicked off. We're talking about a quarterback 3 years from now, but that is how it has to be for quarterbacks, man. It's weird because, like, that's the only position because you only get one a year. You only got one chance, one opportunity, as M would say. Says before the number one player in the country, there was a possibility he might commit to Miami around the middle of November or beginning of January next year. Yeah, probably going to be around December. You know what I mean? Like when everything's popping, because that's when big time commits happen. Was it Elijah Haven? I was asking, making sure I had the right name. He's the guy for 27, number one quarterback in the country for that year. So that was big time. Where is he out of? Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Oh, hey, man. I
just jump in, son. I'm not dealing with none of that. I'm just jumping in, son.
Kicking the door, waving the 4-4, son. That's what we're doing.
Jumping in, son. I'm not interviewing nobody.
That's fine. Yeah, exactly. Just jump in, son. It's hopscotch in this bitch. What's going on, fam? How you been, man?
Chilling, man. Had to get this orientation done.
Yes, sir.
Done. Graduate school about to start. A couple weeks.
That's crazy, so man. That's what's up, man. Proud of you, bro. That's dope that you're doing it at you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, at such a age, at 30.
No, it's not an age thing. Like it's a lot of people that when they're done with school, they're done with school, and you continue strive to learn and educate yourself is commendable. You know what I mean? I wasn't gonna throw a shot. I know it felt like it. Just you didn't let me finish, and then you just kind of filled in the blank. So
yeah, 35.
Yeah, man. You're 35 now. That's what you said. Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta. Yeah. Okay. So I'm saying that'd be kind of crazy with your son if he was 35. He was out there wilding like that.
Why? He's only 22.
Yeah, so you was 13?
Yeah, it happens. That happens all the time around the world. Yeah, that was my 13-year-old. That was my 13th birthday. You know what I mean?
13. What a gift. Wow, bro. Hey, man, look, we got a guest popping on in about 10 minutes. We have a new segment popping off, so we'll talk about it when we have our guest. We don't ever like to tell y'all who's popping on. It just kind of jumps on.
I don't even know, guys. So Yeah,
that's true. You don't know.
I don't even know. So
no, you'll see.
To me.
That says, hey, listen, Joe's out here wilding, man. You never know with Joe. You know, there's a chance. There's a chance. It's still disputable that Polk got a kid on the roster right now. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's out there. Let y'all know. Right here, all pits no poodles. Y'all see the merch that Joe's wearing, all available right here. You know what I'm saying? You heard podcast.com. We got some more stuff cooking up, coming out in the next couple of weeks. We go through a severe, intense vetting process, making sure, everything we put out there we like. A lot of things get turned down in the chat and we move on. Well, yeah, we got 12 shirts available. Shout out to our guy Charlie Rolex, aka Charlie Maniac, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Copping the FTB t-shirt, saying he was gonna wear it to a fifth grader's open house. He didn't say his kids though. Like that's the wild shit. He just said like a fifth grader's open house. He just going.
He's getting escorted out regardless. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, easily, right? Like he's that dude that show. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, man. Yo, so we got a couple things we got to talk about. So what is this? It's Wednesday right now. Couple practices. Mario has shut it down. No access to no media because like too many things got out after the scrimmage. Then he wasn't a fan of that. We'll talk about it more and more, you know what I'm saying? But does it make sense to you to do it? To shut it down? Like, yo, blackout, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, put out the red notice.
Whatever the head coach of the football team decides to do, it's okay with me. You know what I mean? If he decides that's the best course of action, then that's what it is.
You know why I like it? Because it doesn't let us get hyped up like off media quotes off practice. You know what I mean? When they get so limited time, like the small groups, the small parts that they see, we don't get it. We're like, yo, this guy's gonna start, and then you don't know. Like you leave it up. Look, you're doing it for a reason, yo. Like you have the biggest game of your season, game one. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what ops were in the building. You know what I mean? What ops are reading in the message board. And you know what I'm saying, you want to give them no ammunition, no kind of anything. So it makes all the sense in the world, man. I agree with it. I'm with it. I'm like, cool.
And I don't see how you stop. If they're practicing on the outdoors, mm-hmm. There's plenty of places people can be to sneak a peek. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's parking garages right there. There's there's plenty of places somebody can be. So I don't think you can totally shut things down, but you can do what you can because people do have diarrhea of the mouth. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
want to talk right away.
Yeah. They like to be first. So
it doesn't look, as content creators, as you know what I'm saying, people who do this, I get it, right? Like I want to know too, but I get why he doesn't want you to know. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it was Ball State game one, open practices all day. Because he's gonna run vanilla that first game anyway. Yeah. But they've got to start, if not by this week, they're going to, they've already started game planning. Kind of have their ones and their twos. They've already started game planning for Florida, man. Because that game, you put it in the IPF, put the volume up to 1,000, and just work. That's what it's got to be.
Yep, I have no problem with it.
Yeah, man. Let's see what's popping. 908 Canes all day says, yo, great show. Joe was clean shaven for the grad pick. That's what it was. Shout out to 908. That was fun. Yo, you had a beard in high school? I didn't get a beard till much later.
Not at all.
Yeah, I didn't get a beard till much later.
Yeah, I was fresh faced. He's hiding in. He doesn't report him. Yes.
Yeah, he will never report it. You will never know.
And you won't hear it from us either.
No.
Like, what's popping, but we're not. You ain't gonna hear from here.
No, this is. Hey, listen, y'all want that inside. You want them diarrhea of the mouths? Y'all know where to go for some other shit. That ain't us, man. We don't know nothing about nothing. I mean, we know before too, but that's just not. I don't tell nobody. Shh. That's not what we do here. Kubiche, what up, Pablo? I hope everything's good with you and the family, man. Anthony Manzano says, Ben, enjoy. Did you guys go to the Super Bowl game against Florida in 2000, where we beat them down on the field and beat them off the field that fight in New Orleans? Sugar Bowl, the Sugar Bowl game. I wish I could have been there.
Yeah,
I was 15. There's like I wasn't gonna be out there like that. You know what I mean? Was I 15?
I wish I could have went to that joint. I wasn't my proper mind frame to you know.
I would have been throwing hands. I would have been throwing. Son, I would have been off the top rope, Jimmy Fly snooker type shit. Like I'm throwing hands right with him. So it's crazy. Yeah, look, man. Look, you know why he's doing it, man. Like you don't want any names being dropped out there of who's this, what receivers jump in, which one isn't, what the running backs are looking like. You know what I mean? You want all limited information, man. Like this game's too big, bro. This game one is too big. I was listening. Shout out to Josh Darrow, to Josh Darrow's conversation with the president, the acting president, George.
Loved it, man. That dude had me hyped. Like I'm right.
I was sitting down. I stood up and was just like, "Yo, where do I sign?" Yo, like
I want to meet him, man. I want to talk to him. I want to meet that dude, man. He seemed cool.
Yeah, because he's a Yankee fan too. So y'all got double.
Straight up. We got plenty to talk about.
Yeah, man. So he just, bro, like just a driven, like dedicated dude. So shout out to President Chev. Hopefully he keeps on and it just gets confirmed and he just keeps doing that. Just been, you know what I'm saying? Been successful in everything he's done. So that was a good. If y'all haven't checked it out, please go check it out. It's a great conversation, man. It's about 30 minutes, but well worth it. It flies by because he's charismatic, intriguing, entertaining. You know what I mean? Like he's not political at all, even though positions like that tend to be. Like it's just very like, yo, this is who I am. Tells you about. I like even getting the information about the other things they're doing, like building medical centers in Doral. That's, you know what I'm saying, 300 million. Like that's like you're doing that much and you're a private small university. Like that's big time. That's big time.
You know how many people around don't know Miami's a private university? Like I've had conversations with people who are fans of other teams or whatever. And when I tell them that, they're like, "What? I didn't know that." I'm like, "Yeah, son. Miami's a private university.
Small little campus.
Small, very small alumni base and all of that, man."
Yeah, man. Let's see what we got here. Joe Bleeds. I'm not Kubicha, you can't cuss in the comments because then we get flagged, yo. So just make that of note, please, sir.
Let me look at it.
Yeah, good look at it. I'm not putting it on as our guest here gets situated. Getting ready to jump on here. See, there we go, Luis. That's my guy. See, that's how you do it. You edit your cursing. LFG fan, how skip away from belt to ass. Yo, we right there. Was it 17 days, 16 days in a wake up, as they used to say in the military. 16 days in a wake up, man. That's all it is. Stunner boy in the building. Smash that like button. Carl Davis says, we all understand injuries happen, yes, but if we have another year, half the team is wiped out after week 2, we got to look at the strength and conditioning or the way family, what was the games? Like, I don't know if you could, you see the changes in the body. I don't know if you could look at the strength and conditioning, but I get it, Carl. You know what I mean? There's that side of it. All right. Let's see here. Carl in the building. Son of boy Kane's in the building. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got a guest jumping on here. One of the kindest people. Joe's actually known her for a while now. We got Lorraine from Lorraine Sports LLC, 35 years of legal counsel experience. Like I'm doing a whole intro, professional here. 35 years of legal counsel experience now, helping out the players, representing them. She's been a fan of the University of Miami long before I can remember. So, Lorraine, first question. So this is our new segment called 3 and Out. 3 questions, get a guest in, and then we jump right out. Lorraine, when did your love for the University of Miami begin?
As a very, very young girl, my father used to take me to the Orange Bowl when I was about 5 or 6 years old. We could get tickets right across the street at that sushi restaurant. That was Burger King. And the gentleman who started Burger King was a huge Canes fan. And you could go in and buy a hamburger and get free tickets to the Canes games.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Wow, that's incredible. Joe, what's
So
your question for Lorraine?
Hold on. I want to say hi. What's
Hi.
going on? How are you?
I'm
That
good.
doesn't count as a question. That doesn't count as a question.
Yeah, man. I wanna say what's up to my
It's
homie.
family. It's Lorraine's family. I feel
Yes,
like I've known Lorraine forever.
Why did you start Lorraine Sports? What's your goal with Lorraine Sports?
Well, as many of you know, John Ruiz hired me off of Twitter one day. He said, Lorraine, you're a huge fan. You're a lawyer. You love the kids. Come work for us and work for these kids doing the NIL deals, because he knew I knew a lot about football. I was feeding him information on, we've been through the stadium. That's probably not going to happen. It was already put on a ballot back in like 2004. That's probably not going to happen, where Dade County is going to vote to put in a stadium. There's no room in the Gables. It was, again, a lovely idea. It'd be great if we could have a home stadium. It's just not going to happen. So he hired me off of Twitter, and I got to go down and work with all the guys when he started all the NIL deals. And it sounds like my puppy has just opened my bedroom door and is coming in here. I was trying to get away from her. She opens the doors. In any event, so I got to work with Nigel Pack, all of the basketball players, Ruben Bain, you name it, all the big guns came into the studio. We worked with them. We got to interview Brett Romberg, who was on the 2001 team. We just had a lot of fun. We created a lot of great commercials, developed a great relationship with Emery Williams, Jackson Carver. Just got a tweet from some of the guys that have left and gone to play for other teams. So I've just been a huge fan. One of my claims to fame that my kids always laugh at me was I was an Orange Bowl princess the year Miami won the national championship in the Orange Bowl.
Nice.
Wow.
So I post all these pictures with Howard Snellenberger and Jimmy Johnson. Actually, back in the day, we used to keep secrets. Okay. I was 19 years old, working at the Mutiny Hotel in the Grove. And there was a new coach that moved to town. His name was Jimmy Johnson. And he moved from like Arkansas State or Oklahoma State somewhere. Moved into the crazy Mutiny Hotel. And he and I became immediate friends. And I kept secrets. And I had great tickets.
Nice.
To all the games. And I'd be in law school and people were like, Lorraine, where are you getting these tickets from? How do we have 50-yard line seats up in Tampa when we beat the Gators in the last 2 minutes? You guys, I don't even know if you were born yet. But we were playing in Tampa at the big top, the round top, the big sombrero, whatever it was called. It was packed. We were losing by 13 points. And I learned very young, you never leave a Canes game until it's over. Right? Because we were famous for comebacks. So I stay. All my friends leave. We win the game. I run outside. I'm saying, you guys, we won. They're like, okay, you've had it too much to drink. Get in the car. No, we won. So been a huge fan for a long time. Was blessed by Mr. Ruiz to get to work with all these kids. And so now I've started Lorraine Sports because one thing I'm seeing, and you might know a lot about this, Joe, is that not all the players are treated the same when it comes to NIL deals. And many of them, they need some help. They need someone who negotiates for them fairly. They need someone who's going to represent them, because not everybody is a first-round draft pick, right? But that doesn't mean, look at Mr. What's the very last guy drafted that played in the Super Bowl? Mr. Irrelevant.
Brock Purdy.
Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. Yeah, that's your quarterback.
My guy. Yes.
So I started with Jackson Carver, and I know all the guys. I'm also raising money. I'm working with Senor Bain, I call him. Ruben Bain's dad has a t-shirt printing company. We're putting together t-shirts that say, we bring the smoke. We're about complete. all the profits from those t-shirts going directly to these guys who do not have NIL deals.
Wow.
So that's really my focus. I'd like to get into representing athletes in all sports. I've got good relationships. Who doesn't love their mom? I'm known as #Mom1. And no one protects you like your mama does.
Absolutely.
Don't mess with Mama Bear.
Absolutely.
Right?
100%. My mom sometimes is in the chat, and I sit up straight. I get corrected. I'm like, I feel like I'm like, oh, mom's here, and I'm a 40-year-old man. It still happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I have fun with these kids. I mean, it's funny when they first found out I was a lawyer. They're like, "You're a lawyer?" Well, yes, I am. I've been a lawyer for 35 years. Graduated from University of Miami. Negotiated with the biggest bad boys, whether it be Philip Morris, American Home Products, Bear Corporation. I mean, you name it. I've negotiated, tried cases with the big boys, traveled all over the world. So, and I love sports and I know sports. You can see my closet back there. I've got all kinds of clothing just ready to go take on anybody at any time.
When Quentin gets his stuff together, I'll be calling you.
You know what? We have to do what's right by these guys. I've seen some contracts where people are, first of all, they're null and void because they're not agents. They're not lawyers. Trying to take 30% from a kid until his career is over. What?
Yeah.
Even
college
NFL
career or career period?
Career period. If they move on to the next level.
God.
Okay, just
like a 360 deal? That's insane.
Absolutely egregious contracts that are null and void from the start. And you know what? Kids and parents, they don't know any better. Right?
You see the dollar sign.
New money. Yeah. You don't think of percentages as a factor. You just see it as a number on the print. You don't factor that into what you're signing.
Right.
So, Lorraine,
exactly.
I wanted to ask you, look, a lot of these kids come from humble beginnings. Financial literacy is a big issue across the country.
Right.
With NIL and all these lump sums that we hear rumors of, what are some of the classes and the courses that the University of Miami and the players can take to teach them about financial literacy? Because that's one of my biggest things. Like, I struggle with it, and I'm a grown man. You know what I mean? I'm trying. Yeah.
Who doesn't? We all do.
When you get that lump sum of hundreds of thousands or whatever the rumors are, right? Whatever they are, how can they begin to learn how to manage that money? Because just you said it right there, an agent or a random person that is your childhood friend takes you for 30%. You might not, you don't know how much 30% is till it's like, hey, what's going on here? Why do I got to work at Burger King at 25?
Right. And so many of them, well, things have changed a lot. You guys remember Mel Bratton when he went down, okay? Didn't have the right insurance coverage, didn't have the right financial advice back then. I mean, things have changed a lot. Now with NIL, schools are required to give them financial literacy courses. They're required to take these courses. In my mind, one of their assignments should be go hire, a financial consultant, someone who's reputable, someone who's with a reputable company, so they can start right away. I mean, if you could start, I had a very well-known quarterback come in when he first came to town, and he was looking at outrageously priced cars. And I said, no, we don't need this. Keep your truck, right? Wait till you sign the big NFL deal. Luckily, he has very involved and strong parents, and they agreed with me. And I said, look, go buy a house with this money. Go put a deposit down on a home. That is something in Coral Gables that is always going to increase in equitable value.
100%.
Okay. Go start a 401k. Go get a money market account. Go do these type of things, because our high schools are failing these kids. And so now the schools are required to give them financial literacy classes, but that doesn't mean they're paying attention. So I think really it's up to us to direct them to the right financial people. So that's where I come in. Yes. And it's important.
Absolutely.
Vital. It's vital.
Yes. It really is. So Lorraine, let everybody know where they could follow you, because 3 and Out is 3 and Out. It's 3 questions and out. That's
3 questions
that's
and I'm out. And I do have to take my son to dinner. My son was a a college baseball player. My daughter, oh my God, sobbing yesterday. I just dropped her off at Florida Southern College. She's a goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper.
Oh wow.
So I am a mom who has 2 college athletes. I know what it takes. I know how hard it is. You can follow everybody. Mainly everyone knows me on Twitter, Lorraine at 10 Min Manicure. That was my entrepreneurial pursuit, where I had a multi-million-dollar company across the US and Canada where I put manicure locations in airports.
Yeah.
And when I first started that business, I was on the cover of Inc. magazine in the year 2000. And that was the big Y2K, where the earth was going to fail. We were on the cover.
Yeah.
Right. We didn't make the cover photo, but we were one of the top 5 startups of the year 2000. That was 10 Minute Manicure. 2 guys that were on the cover had this crazy idea that they were going to sell sporting equipment online.
Wow.
2000, believe it or not, that was crazy. That was a crazy idea. People said, will it work?
Right.
So I've done many, many things. But you can find me at 10 Min Manicure, or I just started my business site, which is at Lorraine Sports ESQ1. You could share it for me. I'm happy to help. I've got mom advice. I've got parent advice. I've helped kids. I mean, as Joe knows, and you know, I'm in it for what's best for these kids. And don't mess with Mama Bear.
Don't mess with Mama Bear.
Right. But my goal for you guys is, and I did hear from Coach Rumpf right before we went on, I was trying to get him to be the guest tonight. They have practice till 7:45. So I said, you know what, give us some times that would be good for you. And I'm sure you would adjust.
Absolutely.
So,
whatever they want to do a midnight show. I'd set my alarm. Whatever they want to talk about. We're here.
Right. And thank you for bringing Jackson on. I think that was great for him to develop followers. And I heard you guys earlier, Mario's kind of tightening the reins over there. I don't blame him. Look, I was the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company. I didn't go tell the competition, hey, this is what I'm doing. Come watch my business acumen. Come see what I'm, advising my workers to do. No. In fact, when we launched our company in airports, we did it in a private suite, which was by invitation only. And we had people fighting over the right to come in and see what we were doing. Stealth is always better.
Absolutely.
But you better hope it works.
Yep.
No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's it, right? Because that's the gamble. Like you're shutting things down to it
always works.
For 8:30.
It always works until it doesn't.
Exactly.
So I think I was at practice last week. Mario came over, said hello, asked me where I'd been. I said, Coach, I don't work in Coral Gables any longer. But, there's a lot of good things going on there. And I guess one thing you guys did say about Jackson Carver was, hey, man, he sounds like Mario. They're buying into the culture.
Yes.
Okay. You want to win for the man who's training you in life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what I see. But we'll get you some guests on there, on here. Some of the players, we'll do 3 and Outs, so you can ask them 3 questions and they can be out. They're very busy, these kids. Boy, it's amazing.
100%. Yeah, well, we don't want to take any more of their time. It's 3 and Out, 3 and Out. That's the motto. That's the slogan. Brought to you by Lorraine Sports LLC. Make sure y'all follow her at Lorraine Sports ESQ.
Right. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
Thank you so much, Lorraine. Have a great dinner with your son. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Man, she's just a great person.
That's the homie, man.
That's really is like family, man. Really is like family.
Homie. Yep.
Make sure you guys follow her, man. We got 73 in the chat right now. Give her a follow. Lorraine Sports ESQ1. You see it, man. You saw it. Like, I don't gotta say nothing. I don't gotta hype her up. There's no WWE promo that I gotta cut to show you how genuine of a person she is. She's always kind of, she came out to
kids, man. Always.
Yeah, she came out to support us into the Canesverse back for the spring game. Has always been a friend to Joe. More recently, a friend of the pod and a friend of mine. honored to call her a friend. So, man, thank you to Lorraine so much. Y'all heard it. We're gonna have a 3 and out segment going forward. Coaches, we never know who's gonna pop on. Lorraine's gonna throw somebody, and then y'all gonna find out when we found out, and this is how it's gonna be. So
and we got to come up with 3 questions real quick,
right on the spot when we see the name pop up in the chat. Like that's why I gave it. Yeah, let's go.
We're quick-witted.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing this for a little bit, so we know what we're doing. All right, let's go into this Caneswear ad and chop up the rest of these fables. Oh, I almost hit the intro. No, there we go.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Yes, sir. Daryl Young says, great interview. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. We do what we can. If y'all have it in the chat, I'm sure y'all have. Please check out my brother's Joe. Here we go. My brother's Joe interview with Jackson Carver at the beginning of the last podcast. It was a phenomenal interview, man. Joe absolutely cooked and killed it with that one. So, you know what I'm saying? Go make sure y'all check it out. If y'all in the chat right now, going to watch us on the rewatch, and you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button. Leave a like, leave a comment, helps grow the show. Y'all already know, man, we stay independent because we like to keep it a buck with y'all. And yes,
check out Caneswear, man. Check out Caneswear. Brett and Jeff, man, out there doing work for the Canes, and obviously they have the new gear popping. The season's about to start. New gear out there, man. So go check out Caneswear and Davie, man, and they'll look out for you. Yeah,
man, that's family too. You know what I'm saying? They've been rocking with us since the very beginning. I think when we had a little bit more than 100 subscribers. If we keep it in the buck, they were like, yeah, we'd love to do something with you. So they've been with us, man. Shout out to Brett and Jeff. You know what I'm saying? When they opened the new store, we were there. We got to walk around it before they even open it. So that's been an amazing experience, an amazing partnership, man. So shout out to Caneswear. Also, you know what I'm saying? They've only been the only place I've been able to find hats that fit. I'm always going to say that because that's big time for me. All right. I don't appreciate you giggling a little bit. That was a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like disrespectful. I'm saying, you know what I mean? That's what it is.
You know.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for saying that. Yeah, it is. Facts are facts. Right?
I wouldn't have said nothing, but you brought it up.
Facts are facts, though. It is what it is. We got to keep it a buck at all times.
We have to be able to laugh at ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. You got to. Wouldn't be fun if I'm out here all serious and shit, wilding. All right, so Mario's locked it down. If he's hiding injuries, he's hiding injuries. Y'all didn't know till I think Mark Fletcher said it. You know what I'm saying in an interview. Y'all didn't know the amount of injuries that he had, that he was recovering from. So we don't need to know that shit. Y'all don't need to know that shit. The players need to get healthy, get right. You know what I'm saying, to get ready for the season. 8:31 is a huge game. Is 8:31 for you, Joe? And this was just a question off top. Is 8:31 for you a make or break game?
It's not make or break because obviously you have a chance to still win out, go to the ACC championship, go to the playoff.
Facts.
It does, to me, it is make or break as far as perception goes. You know what I mean? Because there's going to be hundreds of recruits in the building. And after that, we have 3 games that are kind of whack games. So you don't have a chance to make it up until Virginia Tech, basically.
Actually.
You know what I mean? So for the next 3-4 weeks after that game, you're going to hear the narrative. That's going to be all over ESPN, all over Twitter, all over everybody's boards. Miami is still bullshit. You don't hear that for the next 4 weeks.
Because the thing is, a lot of Gator shows and Gator fans that somehow find our chat or our page with absolutely no reference to them. You know what I'm saying? Bringing up, this is the Miami back thing. Like, they're setting it up for themselves even though they're the ones saying it, to be like, if we lose that game, you know what I'm saying? They're building the narrative to shit on us. You know what I mean? If we're keeping it a buck. You know what I mean? So like that's why I don't, and Joe, like I don't know if you've seen it, and this is like I don't know anybody that does what we do that goes, yo, Miami's back. I haven't seen another content creator. It's not a thing. I don't think we've ever actually said, like, no, Miami's back. Like that shit is not something that's been said. So it's Gator fans, it's Gator podcast, and all these things. Like, oh, is this the year Miami's back? Fam? Nobody here talks like that. We know what the standard is. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just wild. Yeah, I don't. That game, that game is perception because you don't have those next 3 games. Let's say you struggle at South Florida with their, like, you know what I'm saying, crazy offense that's going to go 4 or 5 wide, and you know what I'm saying, you win 48-37 or something, you know what I'm saying? But it was like touching, like you're not going to bounce back and be like, oh, see, they recovered it. It is till Virginia Tech, maybe not till Louisville or Florida State if you lose game 1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
So
I mean, if Virginia Tech goes to Miami undefeated, and we're 4-1, you know, or 3-1 or whatever, 4-1, 3-1,
3-1,
3-1, then you know that's going to be a prime time game, and the narrative is going to start again. You know, can Miami rebound? Can Miami win the big game? Blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you know, we'll see. I
Couple,
think it's big in that aspect.
Yeah, the perception, absolutely. There's been a couple comments. Joe Klatt from, I don't know what podcast he hosts, but you know what I'm saying, National Fox guy. He said a 10-2 year would be a failure for the Miami Hurricanes. A 10-2 year.
He sound like my guy. He sound like my guy Groove. Groove been saying.
Yeah, it was like, is he copy and pasting what Groove say? Like, shout out to Groove. That's the fan. But 10-2 years a down year. So 10-2 year, I'm guessing the numbers he used was the losses at Florida because it's such a loud place to play. Again, no context about what that team does on the field. You know what I'm saying? Nothing about their defense.
Just
nothing about like just the crowd's gonna win the game. Tough place to play. Yada yada. Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing 1 ACC game that puts us in the ACC championship game, most likely, depending on who we lose to, because we don't play Clemson or North Carolina State. If we lose to somebody, I don't. It's debatable. And there's a chance to go into the college football playoff, but if we lose 2 games, it's a failure. Like that's such a. And I watched the tape because I don't want to take the quote right. Like again, lack of context. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's if Miami goes, they got to be in level of 1. If Miami goes 10-2, it's a failure of it. Like, what? How is that? You don't know how the games are going to play out. You don't know who's actually good yet. You don't know who has chemistry. You just saw 11, 12 practices, and you're making this declaration. Fuck out of here, man. Like, it's so strange, yo. Like, again, we hype it up too. As of right now, if y'all been following the pod, on our breakdowns of each game, we got a Miami undefeated right now. We're supposed to break down Duke, but they got a new head coach, bringing in a whole new coaching staff. Miami by 30. Like, fuck out of here. Like, yes, but that's the game. And again, those are the type of games, and I said it on our For the Culture and Flow Gaming shit. That's the type of game that you have to handle shit because it's the game after the games. You can't have that emotional letdown in that shit. And you're coming in with a snake. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be fighting a snake in that game. So you gotta be ready for that shit. So that's my prediction. We're not breaking down Duke because they got a whole new coaching staff. It's unnecessary. Last year. A lot of their guys left, got a whole bunch of new guys in, so you don't even know what that roster is going to look like. Could be a transitional year, so they might not win a game or they might be solid. Who knows? So that's the prediction for that. Kings by 30. But yeah, man, like it's just wild, yo. Like you have that one. You have ESPN saying we got a 58% chance of losing against the Gators. Are we delirious? Like you watch more overall college football, so I'm gonna ask you because I don't care about other teams. Am I just like Kane delirious? Like, do the Gators have that big of a chance? 58% is kind of sick.
Damn, I don't think people understand. I don't think people understand the challenge of playing in that building at that time, first game of the season. Mm-hmm. I don't think people understand that. It's not a fucking cakewalk. I don't understand where that's coming from. Like,
Kyle says, please stop cussing.
My bad. You're right.
Apologies,
it's not
Kyle.
a freaking cakewalk.
No, it's not an effing cakewalk. It is not. It's not an effing
man.
cakewalk.
Like you can't just say we're gonna go in there and blow out Florida State or win easily. I mean Florida. I'm sorry, and win easily because we have a quarterback that has, he's proven, but he hasn't proven it at Miami. He hasn't proven it in this conference. A running back who's proven but hasn't proven at Miami at this conference. You can't say that, man. It's the first game. We don't know who's gonna look like what. We just don't know. We don't know. Now, Florida has had some injuries, which are devastating. Don't wish injuries on anybody.
Not at all.
We have been fortunate. I mean, there may be injury news, but we've been fortunate. You know what I mean? But we still got 2 weeks to play. You don't know what can happen.
Absolutely.
So I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know about 58%, but I know that I put it at 50-50 right now. I
put it at 50-50. I would put it at 50-50. 58% is just it has to be crowd factor because they lost a D lineman. Their trenches aren't that strong. You know what I'm saying? Defensive side of the defensive line isn't that strong because you saw that last year. Didn't really improve it. You know what I'm saying? Like we broke them down already. Y'all could go catch the pod on their transfer portal. They didn't hammer that down. We had pick six previews come in and let you guys know the same thing. Like they didn't do enough to recover all that from what they lost. Let's see what Kansas will so we can come on and score first. I hate getting behind in those games. It could snowball 100%. 100%.
If we on defense, come out, punch them in the mouth, get a 3 and out, or get a turnover. You know what I mean? And take the momentum. You got to take the crowd out if you can.
And you got to take the crowd out early. Maybe get out to like a 7-10 lead, and make them fight from behind because from all accounts, Mertz isn't that guy to bring him back. Yeah, that's what you want because then you have our D line that's we get to find out. We get to find out 8:31 at 3:30 regardless. So right now we don't know, and we know less now because ain't no reports, ain't no videos, ain't no nothing, ain't no nothing. Every single poke. Don't cuss in the chat, man. I can't show your comments if you cuss in the chat. I've told you this. You're on the shows on Sunday. You already know. Stunner Boy Canes is yelling in the chat very, very angrily. Man, listen, no games this year is going to be a cakewalk. We got to dominate every game. 100%. Can't take any game for granted. You got to put your foot on their, on their necks every single game because everybody's going to come at you. Yeah, because they're hearing, oh, Miami's got this, Miami's got that. They're not going to come in there, oh, okay, well, Miami, well, guess what? Miami's back. Let's just fold up and go home. We don't even need to be here. USF ain't going to feel like that. Ball State don't really got a choice. You know what I'm saying? Ball State
not coming in playing no games, man. They're not coming in. A lot of them cats like Coach Napier, man. They want to fight for his life. They want to fight for his job. You know what I mean? So
this is his coaching life here because it feels like if he fails here, because they got money up there, if he fails here, that he's going to go back to G5 and just kind of figure it out for quite a while. Kind of go back into isolation over there. Yeah, I prefer the underdog role. I don't like like Poke said in the chat that I can't show because he's cursing. I don't like the manufactured hype. You know what I mean? Like I like the work, man. Just that's why I really like what Coach Cristobal did. Like just shut it down and work. You watch things and everybody's getting all hyped up. Yo, this guy looked like that. This guy looked like this. Nah, man, just do the work. You haven't done shit yet. You haven't done you've accomplished nothing.
You haven't done Dookie,
I apologize. That's right. My bad. King Kyle, I apologize again.
So we can't curse. Hold on. We got to understand the rules. I thought we can curse. They just can't put it in the chat. I can't curse every show.
Yeah, that's true. We do 167 shows. We've cursed every single one.
Yeah.
So you know what? Fuck that. We gonna curse. We gonna curse. Yeah, we gonna curse.
If Mama's not in the chat, moms can't be in the chat.
Yeah, moms is in the chat. I shut it down. If you're watching with your kids, I apologize to you. You know what I'm saying? The children you should know. I'm gonna put explicit content. And I'm saying shout out to Uncle Luke on every episode. Let y'all know. But yeah, man, 58% is. I think 58% is a little high. You know what I mean? They're coming for a bounce back year. We were 7-5, keeping it a buck. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens now.
And salute to Hold on.
Yeah.
Dono and Kenton Gibbs, man, was talking earlier about ESPN kind of
Person.
SEC bias,
Yes.
kind of like an agenda type
Yeah.
thing. And that could be part of it. You know what I mean? There's definitely a push.
You have to boost up. Yes.
Yeah,
you
there's definitely a push. So
Yes.
I can see that being part of that. You know what I mean?
And we don't
and that also worries me about the game being close. My bad. That also worries me about the game being. I don't know, like what refs referee this game.
Oh, they're gonna get SEC refs. They're gonna get SEC refs.
It can't be SEC refs, can it be?
They're gonna look. If let's go foot. Let's tinfoil hat this shit like conspiracy theory. I put like the former SEC refs that are now Big 12 refs just for that one game that one time. You know what I mean? Like, look, we don't get even if they're, you know what, Joe? If they're ACC refs, I don't think we'll get the calls. How many?
Coach Cristobal gonna have to talk to them like Coach Boone on the movie, man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Listen, if he's gonna ACC refs did so many. ACC refs would get Florida. Yeah, look, and it's crazy because I don't. It's just a screenshot. I didn't click it. Y'all in the chat, let me know. So it's 100%. Right. What if like it's just 10 voters, and that's 57%, right? Like, what if it's just like, you know what I'm saying, or 11, and it's just like that's the
6 out of 10 are like, yeah, where they go.
Now it's like 5.5 out of 10 because that other half is like, yeah, I don't know, maybe. Like, yeah, I can see both sides type shit. Like, yeah. King, I know the players rock with us. That's why we try to keep the cursing to a minimum, but you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Shout out to him. Jay Singh in the build. Yo, Jay Singh be in the chat when the countdown comes on, man. So shout out to him. I humbly disagree with the cakewalk comment. We can't be pessimistic because of previous ineptitude. Shout out to the word of the day. Within the coaching staff player talent, we have dogs this year. We'll prove it finally.
Jay Singh, let me. Jay Singh, we're not referencing anything from last year. We don't do that. 2023 is not 2024. And it's not pessimism. It's being realistic. You're going into game one into a hostile environment with players who are new, like for the most part. Cam Ward is new. Damian Martinez is new. Sam Brown is new. Matt Carpenter is new. You know what I mean? Mish Powell. You're going into it with player, and everybody has transfers.
Is it Matt Carpenter? Is it Matt Carpenter? The
name? I don't know.
The pitcher, the former pitcher, turn center. Yeah, turn center like that. Zach Carpenter. Sorry, it's not that different. Okay. Very different name.
You had to think about it, son.
Yeah, I know. I did. I swear. I was about to call Jack. I'm about to say a bunch of different names. So yeah, go ahead.
Carpenter at center. You know, a bunch of kind of unprovens as far as Miami unproven
unknowns, 100%.
And it's the first game, which is the biggest unknown because we don't know what we have. So it's not pessimism. I'm not saying we're gonna lose. I think we're gonna win.
Yep.
But I don't think it's gonna be easy. Like, I don't think you just walk in there and bam and bounce. Like, Florida has its issues, but Florida still has talent from Florida.
Yeah,
like they still have that. Let's not get it twisted. They still have that.
They
have a quarterback who doesn't really. He's not a game winner. Like, he's not going to bring you back from 30 down, but he doesn't make mistakes like that.
Yeah, 20 touchdowns,
28 and 2 last year. 25 touchdowns and 2 picks.
Yep.
Something crazy like that. Like, you know, you still gotta. It's definitely not.
He's not going to give the game away. He's not going to give the game away.
Yeah. So that's
shout out to the fact that they did have offensive line. They give up like 39 or 40 sacks.
Sure. I fully expect us to eat on that offensive line. Fully expect that. You know,
that's a buffet line. That's
how I think it's gonna go. Is a battle for a minute, and then our trenches will take over.
The depth.
And trenches and the depth, and we'll slowly just, you know, it's like Novocaine. You know what I mean?
Rogelio Lozano says Florida lost the last 5 games. They are not to turn it around in this squad. Florida is unproven too. That's what we're saying. Both sides, both sides are kind of unknown. So it's 50-50. Yes. 58-42 can't be. Like the reason why it's 58-42 because the narrative around Coach Mario Cristobal, right? Because if you look roster to roster, not so much 50-50. Right, like there's some question marks, but it's a lot of unproven and unknowns. Given we know our roster way better than we know Florida's, because we know a couple names, but we know they got some solid wide receivers, they got a solid corner, defensive line question marks, defensive coordinator, y'all already know, public Stanley manager. You know what I'm saying? So like it's very different in what that perspective is. So yeah, look, you could go back to listen to the show on when we broke down Florida. Florida's going to come out desperate. Because Florida's been hearing how trash they are, how they don't have enough, and Joe said it. Like they're gonna come on and play for their coach because the guys that stayed like him. A lot of guys left, but you know what I'm saying, people came and they believe in what he's doing, so they're gonna come out, and it's a rivalry game, man. Like you can't think you're gonna walk in there.
It's not. It has nothing to do with pessimism. It has nothing to do with being nervous or scared. It's just about the fact that it's Florida and Miami. It's not. How many times have you had a rivalry game where one of the teams were maybe down that year, but it's a close game because of just the fight and the passion from the other team, man. It's a rivalry game. It's still a rivalry, even though we don't play them every year. It's still a rivalry.
For real. Let's see what we got here. Jason says comment was not about you specific. It was more about stating we should have cakewalk games. There's no cakewalk games. Duke, Wake Forest. I don't think I agree. Yeah, Duke, Wake Forest, yes, obviously. But don't come in with that mentality. Like, understand that, you know what I'm saying, every team's going to try and give you their best shot. And if you give them confidence early, you're going to have to fight for that you shouldn't have to fight for. You gotta show up, man. Like, I'm tired of seeing the games that we show up in the first, like, oh, here we go. Lackadaisical, slow, not, you know what I'm saying, not keeping their assignments. That's when I see the coaches different. When they handle those games. These are the games right here those are the games that when the coach, you can show up for when the lights are the brightest. You can be cool then. On a noon game when you're playing Wake Forest and it's hot as hell. I'm trying to limit the cousin. And it's hot as hell. And you're sitting there in the cast iron skillet that is, you know what I'm saying? What is it called now? It's not Pro Player, whatever. The stadium. It's gonna be a problem. Hard Rock, yeah. Famous has so many names. I was about to call it Sun Life. It's been Pro Player in my life. I saw the name you use is like what dates you. So it's gotta be. These are the games that gotta be handled, man. And all those games are at home.
Yeah, I agree, Sing. I definitely think those should be like when people are talking about USF. I'm like, come on, fam. I like respect. All with all due respect, son. That should be a smashing. It should be. But are we to that point yet? When we went to Temple, we did our thing. We smashed them. We went and did what we were supposed to do. You know what I mean? So it should be like that. Yeah, it should be like that. I agree with that. Yes.
Yeah, 100%. Look, they got a funky offense, but it shouldn't last long because we got a mad scientist on the defensive side of the ball. Let's see what the fresh 342 says. Cam Davis broke 5 tackles against FSU players. Yep. There's a video. Yeah, they can't tackle over there. GT is doing their thing, man. Georgia Tech, fam. Look, college football week 0, Georgia Tech, Florida State. I will be watching that game because I think it's gonna be
Georgia Tech a good school, man. For people who value that part of it, Georgia Tech a good school.
A very, very
in
good
Atlanta, school. In a major city, man. Like. And NIL is getting up there too. So
absolutely. Yeah, next Saturday college football kicks off. Yo. That's it.
Man, we're in. Listen. I'm waking up like it's Christmas, G.
Oh man, I'm waking up early, sitting on the couch. Like, don't tell me nothing. Don't tell me nothing.
Make sure everything is done. And it's over.
Don't tell all my
that game has to be starting it has to be starting early because
it's like I think it's gonna be like a 6-hour difference. I'm assuming it can't be an 8 o'clock game. It'll like it might, if it's noon, it might mess around and be like a 7 a.m. game
Yeah,
or a noon game. You know what I mean? With the time when I lived in Hawaii, that's the time the noon games were 6 a.m. Yo. That was crazy early. But yeah, man, let's see what else we got. What else we got here in the conversations? In the conversations.
So it's 5 p.m. in Ireland.
So it's 11, probably 11. Because I don't think there's no time change. Yeah, so 11 a.m. 11 a.m. on that's a terrible time. That can't be right. Let's see what we got here. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Share it to your people. Let it tell a cane. You know what I mean? Let's see what we got here. All right. Yeah. All right. Chat. What y'all got for us?
It's going to be on noon Eastern time.
Okay. That's perfect time for me to watch. And I'm gonna record it because I want to go back and laugh when Georgia Tech wins. Even though if there's I will put money on it because Georgia Tech got to be like a severe underdog in that game because you know what I'm saying, like that's what it is. But I will put money on Georgia Tech. I will 100% put money on Georgia Tech.
We'll see. I'm just happy that it's gonna be on, baby.
Yeah, 100%. And the next week is when it matters for us. Joe, speaking of Georgia Tech, Florida State, a gentleman, an SEC biased gentleman, yesterday, I believe it was, made some comments about Florida State, saying that they're a team that shouldn't be in the top 10 because of everything they lost. And he said one of the things, I think he watches the show because I think we've said this months ago that they used, not this quote exactly, but like their entire offseason, they cried, didn't celebrate, didn't chill out with the dub, celebrate their ACC championship, going undefeated. It's still a great accomplishment. I hate them completely, but going undefeated is going undefeated. Shit ain't easy to do. You know what I'm saying? And they spent all offseason crying about what they didn't accomplish. He said they're gonna have a hangover. And shout out to Kenton Gibbs and Dono on Locked On ACC. They're gonna have a hangover about all the tears that they cried and what they didn't, and what I'm paraphrasing, but I'm making it my own, about what they didn't do.
Yeah,
I think that's true. I think I don't want to give them any credit, but do you think? And I'm gonna ask you the same question. I mean that Dono asking. Do you think it was a fair statement, or did you think it was over the line saying that they used up all their tears? I thought it was fair. I would have said more, and I would have cussed a little bit. But I
think it was a shot just because he's who Feinbaum. He is. We're talking about Paul Feinbaum, if anybody doesn't know. I think it was a shot, but the majority of the players who had to deal with that last season are gone. So DJ, you don't care about that. Marvin Jones don't care about that. You know what I mean? Pat Payton may have a chip. He may have a chip on his shoulder. But there's a lot of people that are gone, man, and they didn't experience that. So I think it was just trying to be his attempt at trying to be funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, trying to.
I don't think it's valid, but you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see with them, we'll see next week. We'll see in 10 days if there is a hangover because a game in Ireland for like a random reason is crazy. So,
but it's everybody, right? Everybody got to travel. Both teams got to travel. Both teams are in the same environment, same predicament. So, you know, we'll see.
Shout out to we'll see. Yeah, I don't think it was a shout out. I think it was just a quote to say, well, man, did the fans get hurt, dog?
Oh yeah, they trying to fool Feinbaum, baby.
Yeah, fam, like they were mad a couple hours earlier with one of the hosts for College Game Day saying that it was too late because he gave him credit like a couple days ago. Oh, it's too late now. You should have been like, fam, you don't. Last year is last year. You don't get retroactive. You know what I'm saying? It's like UCF putting a national championship up when they didn't play it. You know what I'm saying? When they didn't play it, you don't get retroactive rights. That doesn't happen, yo. It's over. You got a whole new roster. Your whole roster's that you know what I'm saying capped off last year was gone before the bowl game. Get over it, bro. As fans, like it's wild that they're still talking about it. It's wild that they're still talking about it. But yeah, Feinbaum's gonna Feinbaum, yo. SEC biased, and I see what it is. Jamaican cases. I think we should go traditional with our road uniforms, white top, orange bottoms, and just show up and dominate. Yeah, I wonder where they're gonna do the all black game, but I'm with that 100%. That's how I play it. Like I don't do alternates in the game when I go straight what it is. White, green bottoms. I might do green bottoms at most. Flip it a little bit like that, but
I might mess around and do all white.
All white for the home game. I do all whites for the home. Unless
I might do all white out there, son.
Louisville, I did all white because they did all red. No, they did all black.
All whites, black shoes.
Yeah, all day. Michigan, you know what I'm saying? That Michigan vibe to it, man. Hey, chat, we'll give y'all a couple minutes, man. Y'all got any questions for us? Got about 2 minutes here before we bounce out. We're going to give y'all a prediction for Florida. We got, you know what I'm saying, we got 2 more breakdowns to do. We got, 3. Wake Forest. Now we got Wake Forest, Georgia Tech, and Syracuse left. So we'll skip Wake Forest. I'm going to keep it honest with you. I'm not. Congratulations to them with whatever they do. I'm sure they're a great university. But Georgia Tech is the one that's circled for me because they've been talking that ish since last year. So they're trying to live in the past.
They can.
Yeah. All black game might be Virginia Tech. Damn, y'all want to do that? Like, y'all don't want to be a little superstitious? That was when we did all black. That's when we did all black last year. The first game in the ACC, you know what I'm saying, was Georgia Tech.
Building, baby.
So, you know what I'm saying? That would be, it's a Friday night game. Yeah, Joe be in the building. I'm trying. So 50% chance I'm going to be in the building.
I'm going to be in the building, baby.
We don't know who's dating who. You know what I'm saying? Star Florida asking, is so-and-so dating? Oh, no. I don't know whose relationships and what, man. Byron Ross says, listen, if UF ain't Bama or Georgia, we act like they some dominant team. UM looking to prove something as well. 100%. But again, who are the refs going to be?
We're not dominant either. What you mean?
Yeah, we're not.
Two undominant teams.
Anti-dominant. Man, I was watching. Shout out to ESPNU. I was watching, if that's still around. I don't know what ESPN I was watching then, but they were playing ACC where they were playing the Clemson Miami game.
Yeah, I watched that earlier today. Was it today? I didn't realize. I forgot how dominant the defense was. The defense was in that game. Like they had closed the game with a sack. It was like 6 sacks. Yes, their tight end killed us. You know what I mean? Their tight end. Tight end was a problem all season. Yeah, but I went back and I replayed over and over when Ruben Bain throws that 37-year-old right tackle out the way, and he's a year older. I was like, I'm sitting there, I'm going, man, Joe, I might be telling lies tomorrow, bro, because he did that. He didn't already in that game didn't have an end on the other side. Nigel Lee Kelly was hurt. Mesidor was hurt. I think by that game we might have already been leaning towards a 3-3-5. You know what I mean? A little bit. It was. I was like, man, I'm looking at it. I'm like, yeah, we beat them with a quarterback that only threw tunnel screens and a couple jump passes to Kobe Young. Like, that's crazy to think, yo. 9-minute drives. And then I was like, and from all accounts, it's gotten better. We got more receive, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I can see some things popping next year. I can see some things popping. We shall see, buddy. Wouldn't
it be nice if we played Georgia in the national title game? He breaks up with Carson right before.
That's dumb.
That's what we doing. That's what we doing, Joe. All right, Singh, we'll give you the last question. Benjo, media pundits have Miami projected as playoff seeds. Number 3 being the highest I've seen. The excitement is in the air. Yes, but till the ball is snapped, you know.
Because that would be winning the ACC. You get an automatic bye. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm cool with it. I think we should. I think we should win the ACC. I don't see a reason we shouldn't, but yeah, we'll see. Hopefully.
Yeah, I look as of right now. If you've been following us, which again appreciate everybody who supports the show, supports the pod. Remember, we're available wherever you get your podcast. If you're not watching, if you want to listen to it again, because sometimes I'll be watching pods and listen to them, and you catch totally different things because you missed something in the watch. So, yeah, man. Look, all the possibilities are there. As of right now, we have Miami in our early season look ahead because we'll do the breakdown again for Florida the week of. And the early look ahead, we got Miami undefeated right now. We got Miami 9-0, getting ready to face Wake Forest, so 10-0 basically. And going into the last two games, which are Georgia Tech and Syracuse. So we feel the same way, man. Just because the depth in the trenches, if I'm being honest, like not even getting to the level of a Cam Moore, just I will see how the games play out, but I don't see teams having dominant waves of trenches like we will. Just what it comes down to. Jamaican Kane asks, how many players do you think we will travel with to play the first game? Basically, we'll have 5 freshmen make this trip. Yeah. If we want to name the 5 freshmen, probably JoJo, Cole McConaughey, I think makes the trip. Just to have, you know what I'm saying, as the 85th, right? Because you travel 3 more. Jordan Lau, because Fletch might not be 100 yet. You really want to hold him out. We've been saying to hold him out to the ACC or a little bit, maybe give him a couple carries in the Ball State game and get him ready for Virginia Tech.
OJ Frederick.
OJ is a problem. OJ is a problem. Patterson. Yeah. What was that, 4? One more. Bobby Pruitt. I would put Bobby Pruitt probably for special teams with that speed.
Scott.
Yeah. It's going to be in the rotation. It's going to be in the and Elijah Lofton. Go stay in your orange and green. Ooh. Yeah, 100%. They go. Hey, give me that H back. You know what I'm saying? Give me that double split. You know what I'm saying? Offset. Give me any. Just let that dude work. Jackson Carver told Joe, fastest tight end, strongest tight end. Y'all heard it from the horse.
18 years old.
Yeah.
I said strongest. What?
I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like, yo, Elijah Arroyo was a monster. Like Arroyo don't got that? I thought Arroyo would have had that when you asked him. Do y'all think the UFD line and O-line ready despite having some hurt injured trenches? I think that's their biggest question mark. I think they have
as ready as they can be.
they're gonna be. Look, they didn't pick up much in the trenches on the defensive side. And one of their best defensive linemen just got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Hope he heals up. Doesn't look like it's a good injury. No injury is good, but it's not good. But yeah, man. So let's see what happens, man. All right, we got Byron Ross in the building. Cody Kane. Yo, Cody, we'll see you at the watch party on the 31st. But yeah, man, that's all we got for y'all, man. Again, appreciate y'all so much. Y'all already know youheardpodcast.com/merch. You could get Joe's shirt right there. All Pits No Poodles available at the website, man. And the FTBT, we only got 12 left. And when they're gone, they are gone. Appreciate y'all, man. Go Canes, baby. We out.